I'll often see this argument where it's like, if, say, BB King was releasing the music he released back in the 50s, but today, it wouldn't be as popular, it wouldn't be as recognized, it wouldn't be as acclaimed, I guess. And part of me is like, well, yeah, I think that's the point, is that the music of the 50s and 60s is obviously not going to resonate with people of today because we're just in a different time period. But then in my brain, I'm also thinking, on the other side of that, what are we missing out on if that kind of music doesn't resonate with us now? And I mean, I'm painting with broad strokes here, but I would say like older music is generally more serious. Like, I'm not gonna pretend there wasn't like novelty fun songs or whatever, but these old, like, I mean, I'm singling out rock artists and blues artists, I guess, but BB King, Eric Clapton, who else? Like Marvin Gaye, even like more, if you move forward on the timeline, kind of artists, like Tina Turner or Rage Against the Machine. I'm laughing because all of those artists, they just seem to have like a sincerity about them and what they put into their work. And I mean, Rage Against the Machine especially. So, oh my god. And once again, like, if that kind of music came out today, it literally just wouldn't resonate with people of today because, again, we're in a different time period, and I think that's a normal thing. But then again, it's like, well, what do we lose if that doesn't resonate with us? So I guess by comparison today, again, painting with broad strokes, but I feel like music just doesn't have that level of like raw sincerity that it once did. And if it does, it has to be like coated with a nice layer of irony or post irony or whatever. I mean, you can't tell me that anything that Sabrina Carpenter does is serious or I should take seriously because it's everything she does is like tongue in cheek. It's like, what's the word? Satire? I don't know if that's the right word, but it's kind of like it's not serious. And I mean, here's the thing. I like Sabrina Carpenter. I think she's good at what she is going for. But again, it's like, where's the serious? Where's the actual, artists putting themselves into the art? And of course, there's always going to be artists kind of in the underground or just like that don't get as much recognition who are bleeding in their music. And I'm here for that. I love that. It's amazing. But at the same time, that music doesn't get like high on the charts on Billboard 200 or whatever. It doesn't get the commercial success that I feel like it should deserve. And you might look at me and like say, dude, of course that kind of music is not going to top the charts. It's not fun. It's not lighthearted. It's too serious. But I mean, I don't know. I'm pretty sure. I'm like 90% sure What's Going On by Marvin Gaye, like, that was a number one album, number one hit. And that's like a Vietnam War type of song and album, I guess, too, because I guess that's what was going on at the time, and that's what people resonated with. And I mean, there's like a bunch of crap going on in the world right now. You hear about it every single day, but the music that's on the charts doesn't really reflect that, and it's disappointing to me to see. Sincere, serious music, it does have a place in people's lives and on the charts as it has in the past, but it's just not. It's just not there anymore, and it kind of sucks. The other half of this whole thing is like, this more applies to maybe like mid tier and like smaller artists, but the way that people present and market their music, people as an artist, present and market their music, it just doesn't make me feel inspired to listen to their music because it's not, they don't take their art seriously. And I'll explain what I mean by that. So you've seen it, I've seen it, on pretty much any short form platform. I think short form content is going to be the death of us all. But anyways, we've all seen those videos where it's like, guess who our drummer is, and then it goes through the whole band, and like one person is obviously way better than the others, or maybe not. Maybe that's the joke, is that everyone sucks at drums, and this band might like actually have good music, but I'm not gonna take their music seriously if this stupid reel is like how I was introduced to them in the first place, right? Does that make sense? Or like, I don't know, I will see, again, short form clips where someone, a band or an artist or whoever, is just like playing through their song, and then they're like trashing on their song. They're like, watch me play all these crappy riffs. Or like, I don't know, this is what your coworker does after their shift, and then in parentheses, this is like, this sucks or something. I don't know. And it works for engagement, I guess, because people are going to be like, wait, no, this is actually good in the comments. But is it going to translate into fans? Is it going to translate into listens and like merch sales, CDs, and like things like that? Is it going to translate into fans? And I don't think that does. It doesn't make sense on why someone would become a fan if the artist doesn't present themselves in a sincere way. It doesn't make sense to me. Well, actually, I'll go back on that. I feel like just a couple years ago, no one wanted to do anything serious because the world like sucked. I mean, still does, but but no one wanted to like think about things and like engage with serious things for whatever reason. I was one of those people too. Like, I was just like, hey, this is stupid. I love it. But I've noticed like more and more, maybe just me getting a little bit older, I want to engage with serious media, serious art, because, well, again, maybe it's just I've gotten older, but I guess life's too short to not care about things deeply and appreciate things in life sincerely. I've actually kind of grappled with this quite a bit in my own music career. I'm a musician, but I used to be one of those people who would like not take their own music seriously when I'm promoting it, because I thought that that's what people would like to see. And I guess that is true. People like to see that because it is like slightly funny, but it doesn't inspire people to go listen to the music. And the music, that's what it's all about. I remember for one of my very early on EPs, I think it's still up on streaming platforms and Spotify and whatever, but for one of my very like early on EPs, I literally was like, this will make you poop your pants. It's so good. And it's like, okay, that's like slightly funny, but I put so much of myself into that EP, and to talk about it like that is almost disrespectful. It is disrespectful to myself and my experiences and my art. Now I can't be on the other side of that and be like, this is the best thing you've ever heard, nothing even comes close. Like, you can't do that because that's obnoxious and people see right through that. But it's got to be somewhere in the middle. That's always the underwhelming answer on this channel, is balance, right? You can't take yourself so seriously that it like turns people away, but you can't take yourself not seriously enough to where other people don't take you seriously, right? And a lot of this like learning I've done in my own music career and how to present my music has just been through trial and error, kind of, and also just a lot of self-growth, right? Because when you're a little bit younger, like, I don't know, when you're a young adult, I mean I'm still a young adult, I think, but like when you're 18, 19, 20, you're still figuring things out in this world, and so it's easy to be self-deprecating. It's easy to be like not confident in yourself because, I mean, what if you are and then you screw up? You look like a fool. But then you eventually realize where it's like, well, if I'm not confident in what I do in music, of all things, this, cutthroat, crazy industry that is music, if I'm not feeling good about myself and confident and proud of my work, literally, why am I doing this? If I truly believe that my music sucks, or even jokingly believe that my music sucks, why am I trying to make a career out of this? So right now, my current hurdle is like, how do I balance all this? How do I balance the whimsical side of me versus the sincere side of me? And I guess, whimsy is sincere. Whimsy can be sincere. And maybe as I'm saying it out loud, that's what it comes down to, is just sincerity. If I am going to be goofy, I should be goofy in a sincere way. If I'm going to be serious, I should be serious in a sincere way. I made a video called Sincerity is the New Punk, like, I don't know how long ago, but it was the first video I did in this format where I'm just speaking into the camera and no crazy edits. But I mean, that's one of the best things I've said, I think, is, when people are not being sincere, to rebel is to be sincere. To rebel is to show genuine enjoyment and pride over your own work. Because, yeah, that's rebellious in this crazy world. So, there you go. Dang, sometimes I I just be saying words. All right, peace.